Hi there, it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Today I have got this bag for you. I'm using the Christmastime is Here designer series paper and items from the Christmastime is Here suite, which is still available at my online store. So if you like it as much as I do, you know what to do. And do remember, it's not just for Christmas. I have made numerous cards with this stamp set, and not one of those is a Christmas card. It's great for Christmas cards as well, but don't just think Christmas. It's wonderful for other things as well. It's a two-step stamp pack, and it has two packs. It's got the photopolymer and the outline of the rose, which is in red rubber. I'm just using the Merry Christmas for the tag today, but I am using the dies, which do die cut the rose, but they've also got some filigree items, some trellis and some labels, and it's this label that I'm using today. My bag is 6 inches by 4 inches. So 6 inches tall, 4 inches across, and 1 3/4 deep. And it's got this lovely fold back at the top. And then I'm using some of the gold ribbon from the suite and the gold glitter dots also. So I'm going to use this pattern today. This one is beautiful, but I thought I'd try this one. I think this is more masculine, maybe? I don't know, possibly. But this is the one I'm using today. So with the 12-inch at the top, I should say this is 12 inches by 9 3/4. So I have trimmed off 2 1/4 inches, but it's a good size bag. So with the 12 inches at the top, you want to score at 4 inches, 5 3/4 inches, 9 3/4 inches, and 11 1/2 inches. And this pattern doesn't have an up or a down, nor does the one I've already used. In fact, the other pattern doesn't. So turn it over and score at 2 inches. No, that was wrong. No, it wasn't. It was right. Phew! Score it at 2 inches that way and at 1 3/4 with the right side facing you. I had a moment there for a moment. So yes, so on the back you score it at 2 inches, on the front you score it at 1 3/4. Phew! That was scary. That was really quite scary for a moment. Right, okay, so I'm going to fold on all of my score lines and just burnish gently. The 2-inch score line I'm going to fold back so that we've got what will be the inside pattern showing at the top, and then everything else I'm just going to fold in the normal way. So I'm folding towards the mountain. So when you score, you create a valley, and then when you fold, you're folding towards the mountain. I hope that makes sense. It's not just me being odd. Right, okay, so which is going to be the easiest way for you to see it? Probably this way up. So this is our top, and this is our bottom. It's worth bearing that in mind because we want to lose this piece here, but just cut straight down this narrow rectangle and then wedge out there, and again wedge out at the bottom and trim away on a very slight angle. So that's slightly angled in. Then I'm going to cut straight down the rectangles and wedge into the squares. So straight down and then wedge, and this is on the 1 3/4 inch piece. So straight down the rectangle, wedge out the square, straight down the rectangle and wedge out the square. And that's just so that you get a better fold and it doesn't all ruck up. And then just get rid of those bits. So this is how we're going to pop it together. You do now at this point need to just remind this top bit that you're actually going to be folding it back on itself. So I like to just come in and reinforce those. And then we don't need to worry about this one because obviously it's the seam. What I am going to do is stick down both of these ends, and I'm just going to use a small amount of snail for that. It's not weight bearing, it's just to keep it in place. So snail is perfect for that. I don't bother doing these bits. Once the bag's put together, it'll be fine. And then this piece I'm going to stick down with tear and tape. And just grab my ruler. It doesn't have to be a ruler, any reasonably straight edge will do. Just to tear that. I just find it's easier that way. Now when this goes together, this will be the front. So on the inside I want to add 2 pieces of tear and tape, and because they're not quite so vital for the construction, I can just rip with my finger. So that's going to come round onto there. This is going to go underneath. In fact, that's going to go like that. So I'm going to pop, I say it's going to go like that. My brain! Oh! The sad thing is I'm going to have a long night one day this week and my brain has completely gone. Yeah, that's right. So I want short pieces here. Good grief. Just so that they hold together and you don't end up with a gap, or a gape, it's probably more correct. So what I'm trying to avoid is this gaping here. And if you don't put tape down, you can end up with it gaping a bit. So let me just change my take your pick to a piercing tool. Actually, I won't pull that one up yet. I'm going to start by pulling this one up and then fold that in and then fold this in, and it will, as if by magic, meet up. The pattern unfortunately doesn't quite meet, but hey ho. And then I like to just fold it the other way as well. And then remembering this is the back, so that's going to go in, but I'm going to put these sides in first. So let's remove the tape from those. So pop the sides in, then pop the back in, and then we can pop the front across, and that's the bag basically made. Then we just need to add the handle and the label, and we're done. So that is our basic bag. If you want, you can pop it in at the sides and actually crease it. I'm quite happy with it not. I am just going to pop it in a wee bit and grab my, it is now retired, I'm sorry, but it is retired. Actually, I'm going to do that way. I did the other way on the other bag, I'm going to do it this way on this one, so I'm popping it out, and then just pop your hole punch in and punch through all 4 layers. If you have a crocodile, that would work perfectly well. And then do the same this side and try and get them even in all direction. So you want your top level and your seams lined up. Up a bit, right a bit, left a bit, fire. Yeah, that's not bad. Right, so ribbon, and this is the lovely gold shimmer ribbon, and my length is 1 width of grid paper and 1 height. I don't know. It's just the way I roll. And all I'm going to do is feed this through from the outside in, And then the other piece, or the other end I should say, I'm going to feed through from the outside in, from the inside out, and then from the outside in again. And then just take these two ends and tie them in what I would call a reef knot, but I think some people call them a square knot. So I always remember in my head, right over left and left over right. It's a very secure knot, but it's reasonably flat. And then just pull the ends together so that they're tight and trim away the long pieces. Whoops, got my scissors upside down, that's why. Scissors do actually get used to the way you use them. Something I learnt when I was at fashion college. They do actually get used to you using them, which is why technically you should never lend them to anybody else. So that's our handle. Then for the label, I've taken the Merry Christmas from the photopolymer Christmas rose set, and Mossy Meadow. I've already die cut the label and stuck my finger in the ink pad. Not a clever idea. So just ink up, and joy of course with photopolymer is you can see that you've inked it up well, whether it's your finger or not. Stamp down and release. I always like it when it's stuck to the label, because that means you've got a good amount of ink. Then I'm just going to take my same hole punch and punch a hole in one end, and then grab my glitter dots and my take pick tool and add some glitter dots to my one there, I think, to my label. One just there, and let's go for a medium size. One just there. And then grab some white baker's twine. The Christmas rose paper is on a white background, so this is easy peasy. The die was cut from a piece of 3x3 white Whisper White cardstock, so you know, one of those little scraps that you've got lying around would be perfect. And then just tie your ends together, trim the excess off, and you've got your nice little bag complete with tag. How cute is that? But you could get so much stuff in it. So hand cream, miniature bath gels, all sorts of things, scarves, and how cute would that look underneath your Christmas tree? Perfect pair of socks for the men, all sorts of things. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to subscribe, there is a button in the bottom right hand corner. If you need any products, as ever, they are listed below, and you can just click on them and go straight to my online store. Full details and close-up photos on my website, also linked below. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thanks a lot. Bye!